Hello lovelies, welcome to the channel. So today I have an art journal process for you. This was one I did late last week and I wanted to test out the new Dylusions mist sprays. Now, about a week or so ago I got all the new colours in the paints and the sprays, and I've been slowly testing them all out, seeing how the colours blend together, seeing what the colours look like on paper and things. And this was basically just a trial in my art journal. So I used the Peony Blush and Vanilla Custard for this one. On this side that I'm about to do now, I did trial the Rose Quartz as well, but I wasn't too fond of it, so I go over most of it with the Peony Blush anyway. So basically what happens is when I get new supplies, I've said it before, I like to test them out in my art journal. Whenever I get new media, new mediums, pretty much anything new, I like to do a page in my art journal using them to test out how they look and how they work together. So that's exactly what I've done in this case. I think I ended up doing about 3 different pages using all the sprays just to see how the colours worked together and how they looked out of the bottle. So yeah, this is one of those pages. First thing I noticed about these colours is that in the bottle, and the paints especially, they look a lot lighter than the rest of the Dylusions range, a lot more pastel, and I'm not a big pastel fan. Using these colours, turns out I really love them. I do love these colours. Now, normally what I do is when I spray the Dylusions down, I use a whole lot of ink, and then I'll either smush 2 pages together or I'll sup up a lot of it with some paper towel. I didn't want to do that in this layout because I really wanted to make these as vibrant as I could, and I just had a feeling that if I was to attempt to mop up some of that colour or spread the colour around, it wouldn't be as dark. So that is why I did spend a lot of time with my heat gun drying it. I also do like when they blend and merge together. So I did purposely spray extra water on there to get some lots of drippage and blending happening, because I do love that look. And especially when you add these 2 colours, the pink and the yellow make a really nice orange as well. So yeah, I just wanted to mix and play. I then got one of my favourite stencils. It's actually one that I made myself. I cut it on my silhouette, my cameo, and yeah, it's one that just tends to lay around often. When I do things like this, when I'm testing out new colours and things, I just grab whatever's on my desk, and this happened to be closest. So I've just sprayed that with the pink over the top of the yellow, so you've got that tone on tone. They're the only 2 colours I've used. I haven't, and the black of course, I haven't gone outside of that. And then I've gone into my background stamp tub and just grabbed some stamps that I really like. Now, I don't use a stamp block with my background stamps. I just do something that I learnt from watching Diane's videos, ink it up and then just sort of move it around on the page so you don't get a full image, because that's the only thing I don't like about those stamps. They are a rectangle and I don't like a straight rectangle print. But if you use your hands and make it flexible and don't use a block, you can maneuver it so you get random sections of the stamp and it doesn't just look like a rectangle block that you've thrown on there. So I've just stamped some of my favourite stamps down, and now I'm inking up. This is another one of my favourites. This is a Dina Wakley stamp. I have the stars and the hearts in this one. When I am looking for an image and I'm stamping up images like this, I tend to stamp more than I need, stamp up a whole bunch, and then I'll always have them on hand for future layouts. I've used these a couple of times now, so I only wanted about 3 or 4 hearts, but I just kept stamping while I had the stamp out. May as well stamp extra and keep them in my stash for next time. So that's what I've done here. So I'm just going to cut out what I need. I had no real plan when I sat down to do this page. It was all about testing out my new colours and having a play. And that's how a lot of my art journal pages do start, just playing with paint, playing with mist, just wanting to, make a creative mess. And then I find that once I start, things tend to fall into place and, something pops out that I really love. And that's exactly what happened in this case. I just wanted to test out the sprays. Next thing you know, I'm playing with my stamps and the page is taking on a life of its own. I decide in the end to put a quote on here with my big brush markers. I love those pens, so I always love a good excuse to use them. I hate the font I hate the writing that I've got on here. I don't like it at all, but something I learned in high school is there's no wrong in art. So even though I do not like it, it is still a page in my journal. I love the page, I just don't like how my writing looks. It looks a little weird in some areas, but, you know, it's a page in my journal. It's done. I love the quote. I love the page. You know, you can't, not everything can be perfect, and you can't hate on it. So, yeah, even though I don't like the writing, there are aspects that I'm not fond of, it's still a great page, and it was a lot of fun to make. So, yeah, that's one of my favorites. There is no wrong when it comes to art. This was just a random quote I found on Pinterest, I think it was. Generally, when I'm looking for something to write, 'cause I love having a big focal image, whether I do a single page or a double. This was only supposed to be a single page, but it turned into a double page. And I like to either have like a focal image or a big quote that takes up a lot of the space. And I was just looking through quotes, and this one sort of appealed to me because we were having a bit of a rough week with the boys, having lots of meltdowns and just not coping very well. So it was a really rough week. They were, you know, finally in bed, asleep, calming down, and this was my time out for myself to come out and just recharge a bit. And this is what I love to do in my me time. I love to make an arty mess of some kind and get my paint and my ink out. And it just, you know, it's my me time. It makes me feel, you know, nice and calm and helps me recharge. So I thought that this quote was perfect for that. And yeah, that's it for the spread. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. It was just a real little quick one for you. But I will be back real soon with more, so stay tuned for that. See you real soon. Bye.